And we are back with another episode of Commercial Roofing Radio, and we got a playmaker in the house. We got Steve Bowden with HD Roofing and Construction. My boy, how we doing, Steve? What's going on?
Doing good, man. How you doing, Nick?
Hey, living the dream, man. And, you know, for those out there, if you don't know, you know, we do lead generation services, of course, and we've been working with Steve for a while, and he has been an awesome customer, and he's crushing it. But the reason why he's crushing it is because the dude can sell. Right. And so we're going to run through that stuff, and we're going to talk about some different tips, some different approaches and stuff like that. So if you got your pen and paper ready, start taking your notes. All right. Cause we're about to go to closer school over here with Steve. What do you think, Steve?
Hey, let's do it.
Right on, man. All right. So for you guys, so Steve, he works for HD Roofing and Construction, and he's in sales. And he is an absolute rock star. So they're out in Florida, and he's killing it, right? So do you mind how much if I say how much you closed last year?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, so he closed $6 million last year, man, and he's at full right now, and he's really, really, really crushing it, man. So. Were you always in sales? Did you kind of have a knack for just the kind of being in sales?
Well, when I was born, my parents were commercial roofing contractors, so I started shingling and roofing at a young age, and then I ran crews for many, many years, and then finally I was like, "There's got to be an easier way to do this." So I started selling, you know, in my late 20s, early 30s, and never looked back.
So you grew up in the roofing space.
I did.
Yeah. All right. And you were born in Portland? So was that
Portland,
in
Oregon.
Portland? Was that in Portland?
Yeah. It was all over from like Seattle to Portland. And, you know, over to Boise, and we had a pretty big service area.
Okay. Yeah, right now, because I used to actually live in Portland. So after I graduated school, moved out to Portland. I was working for Milwaukee Tool out there. So what brought you to Florida then? Was it looking for some sunshine? Because, I mean, I know how it is in Portland, man. It's like, was it September to like almost May? You're not seeing the sunshine, it feels like.
Yeah, it rains 8 months out of 12, basically. And yeah, we just, you know, my wife and I we just ended up moving down here. I was sick of the rain, you know.
Yep.
You know, left a really, really good job, and we just did it.
So were you in roofing then? Like right when you were coming over to Florida? So you had a good job in roofing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I worked for some big companies over there.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, if you're a sales guy, right, we got people that are listening. It could be business owners, salespeople, market, you name it, people listening in this construction roofing world. You know, if you're looking for a company to join, right, because I feel like that's kind of your badge of honor, especially in sales. What suggestions do you have for salespeople out there looking for a company to join?
For a company to join?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it just depends on, you know, if it's commercial roofing, you gotta, there's a lot of them you probably don't want to work for. And I don't know. So when I came here, and I did, you know, went in and talked to people, did interviews and stuff. I actually was interviewing them. You know, that's really the way it was. I went in, I interviewed them, and so that's why I stuck with HD. Man, this is a really good company, and you could just make stupid amount of money here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it's like more than CEOs and doctors and stuff like that.
I think that's
You know?
something that people don't completely comprehend what you just said there, because it's a big statement, and it's completely true. To get to that point, what are kind of expectations if someone's getting into it?
It's took me years. It's took me years to get where I'm at, but I do have a big book of business, and my phone blows up all day long. You know, and it's just being good at your job, man. You got to be a good salesman. People has to like you. They have to trust you, and once they do, they don't really call too many other people.
Mm-hmm. And just so that you guys know out there, there's some background noise. Steve's out in Florida. I thought we were having some static. It is coming down. So you're getting some storms out in Florida right now. It's coming down big, man. I'm sure you guys get some wild weather out there. So it takes some time to obviously build your book of business, right? You are really good at what you do, so you have to build up your crafts, continue to develop. Now, for you, how do you kind of operate your position, like almost like your own business? Like when you get a lead, are you trying to build rapport there and thinking long term? How do you kind of handle that?
Well, it basically, you are the person that they're buying from. It's not really so much the company as it really is they're buying from you. So the trust has to be there, and you just got to know people. Once you get that down, it's simple.
Hey,
simple.
Your network is your net worth, they say, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Because, you're only as good as your word is. And so never promise anything you cannot deliver.
Yep. You got to execute. You got to execute.
Yes. Yeah. See the problems before they get there.
So has it kind of got to the point?
You guys.
Well, go ahead.
Your guys, you've been a huge help. You've got me in front of so many people. It's amazing. It's amazing the people that you've got me in touch with, and you guys are relentless. A lot of them will say that too. That you got, they're like, man, I had to call you guys. I mean, I had to give you guys a try. You guys are relentless, and they loved it.
Now, why do you think that's a great? First off, I appreciate it, but the reason why I wanted to have you on here is because you execute. You're really good at your craft, so you maximize those opportunities and are able to cash in on that. But I think a lot of people are too afraid of being in like consistent contact with people, following up with people. And, all this stuff until you get some sort of response from the person. What's your thoughts on that? How can they kind of break through that? Because if you're not following up, if you're not consistent, you're going to have some problems, because they do appreciate that. They do appreciate that.
They absolutely do. They do. I've got jobs, where, I bid, against 3 to 5 other roofers, and I ended up getting it, even being more expensive, because I was the only one that actually called them back to talk to them. And that's
to that.
Truth.
Yep. Yeah. I completely agree. That's a big point right there. Is if the customer's main concern is lack of communication with contractors, if you're overdoing it, they're going to be loving it. They're going to be loving it. That's exactly what they're looking for. Because one of their sore points is contractor communication, leaving me hanging, not really understanding where the project, all this kind of stuff. You nip that in the butt, and they actually really appreciate that, because that means that they're going to be able to count on you.
Yes, and the biggest thing is if they call, answer the phone. Because a lot of guys, a lot of companies that I work with, they'll push off not calling him back or anything. I don't do that. I either answer the phone, or when I'm off the phone, I call them right back all the time, even if it's not so good news.
Those are the phone calls that are hard to pick up. You gotta nip in the butt though.
Yep, you do. And because it's construction, man. Some stuff's gonna go south on you. You just gotta fix it, man. There's no perfect word here.
So I gotta ask you. So you have a big personality, right? You're I would say a fun time, right? Like I think. You're probably one of our few, clients that, it has an ongoing text group with, Chris and Johnny just hanging out with the boys or whatever. So you can tell you got a big personality. Yeah. Do you use that in your sales presentations, or what's kind of your approach?
Absolutely. Yep. And yeah, that really does help once you get to know your customers. They all know, they see they always love it when I pull up and they can see my FJB baseball cap on the on the dash of my truck. That'll break the ice better than anything.
So you're just you when you're out there, and if the customer likes it, perfect. If not, hey, you're being genuine. Yep. Maybe just not the right fit.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. But let's go, Brandon.
Oh man, hey, I love it, Steve. Hey, that's why I respect it, man. Anybody who's their authentic self, those are the kind of people that I want to work with, man, dude. That's always a good time, right? I'm here to get work done, but also enjoy myself. So my question is how do you go about your day then? Do you kind of have a routine that you do? Because I was in outside sales for a while, and I had a territory where it'd be a city. I had it where it'd be Northern California, and what I realized is how you spend your time is so crucial, especially when you're going for spending a lot of windshield time. So what does your day look like?
Yes. Well, what I do is, every evening I write out a schedule for my next day. Mm-hmm. So I know what I'm going to be doing from, say 8 to 9, 9 to 10, whatever. It's all, I make a schedule for myself. And sorry about that. But I make a schedule, every night, and that's what I do, and then I follow that schedule every day, and because if I don't do that, I'm kind of a mess. Mm-hmm. Stuff just doesn't work out correctly, and that's super huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I completely agree. Routine is big. Are you blowing up? Are you getting some clients over there, or what? Is everyone wanting some action with Steve?
I turned it off.
Yeah, no, I'm messing with you. I was hoping it was because you said your phone's always going off, so I was hoping it was.
No, it's a huge job, and that's actually a big major plus right there, because that he called back, because he has some questions in his bid.
I like it, man. So what tips do you have for someone getting into commercial roofing that might be newer to this space?
Commercial, man, it's not that freaking easy to do. But so basically, if they're just getting into it and stuff, they need you guys. Really, you know what I mean? They need you guys to get them in front of people, because you can go and go into big buildings, property management companies, and you're never going to talk to the person that you need to. Like, you're just not, you know what I mean? You might get lucky once in a while, you know, and they hand your card over to them or something. But 90% of the time, you're not going to get in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the right person anyway. But you, with you guys, man, you guys have helped a lot of that. You know, I mean, it's unbelievable some of the jobs that you guys got me in front of. I was like, holy shit, these are like block long and stuff. You know,
oh, dude. I think we got you. Did we get you IKEA too? Did we get IKEA or Disney?
Yeah. Work on IKEA, and now that main guy, he's actually he's sending my name out to a bunch of other IKEAs all over in the state of Florida.
Oh man! So what about for goal setting? I'm curious. So you've been doing this for quite some time, right? You crushed it last year. You get 6 million. You know, how are you goal setting? Like, you know, I guess what kind of motivates you? Because I was talking to Chris and Johnny, and they said you just like to work. Yeah, are you just a workhorse, or what gets you going?
Well, you know, because my wife, she works 5-6 days a week and is usually traveling all over the States. And so if she's working, I work. Because I'll end up just, you know, I end up getting in trouble anyway. So I just work.
Yeah, it seems like it seems like, so your wife, she's pretty impressive. Seems like she's got an impressive career too. She's an executive at Planet Fitness.
Yeah, well, at Impact Fitness.
Oh, at Impact,
and they own a bunch of Planet Fitnesses. She's in Vegas right now until Thursday. They're having the Planet Fitness is having a big thing there, get together, and so that's where she's at.
Right on, man. That's cool. Right, so you got a couple that just loves to grind and make it happen. I was going to ask you too. So, what were some things? You're just seeing. Obviously, it's been some interesting times, right? You get COVID, things start getting shut down. You get supply issues. You got the economy, all this stuff like that, whatnot. Yeah. But when you're just looking in the industry and whatnot, is anything standing out to you, this year or last year that's just been different than things that you've seen in the past?
Yeah, like 2020 was an amazing year for sales. I think our company grew like almost 500% in 2020. Wow. When everything was shut down and everything. Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. I did really, really good the last few years, really super good.
What do you think caused that?
I think a lot of people just being stuck where they were, and they were thinking, well, maybe I should, do some stuff while I'm, on their houses, on their buildings, on whatever. But it turned out super awesome. I heard a lot of people crying that, oh my gosh, 2020 was so horrible. It was fantastic for us.
That's awesome.
Fantastic.
Got to find the opportunities.
And then for big commercial jobs like ISOBoard and stuff, it was real hard to get there for a while. And so pretty much the materials are starting to come back around. Not too bad. Everything's went up super expensive, but the hardest thing to get a hold of now are screws for plates for, TPO and ISOBoard. It's screws that are, some of them that are really difficult to get, a hold of while you're, for huge jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Are able to get some here.
Our property owners and stuff, are they looking for cheaper alternatives like coatings and stuff like that, or are you not hearing too much of that?
Well, they are. They are some of them, but some of them are, kind of not even coatable. We have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of, hot tar and gravel down here
Oh yeah,
too,
true.
and you don't really coat that and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But and usually there are two roofs up there, and so I was talking into getting rid of it. I have done a bunch of coatings though lately. They were the right candidate and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I sold a couple of Popeye's chicken last week.
Let's go.
One of one of them has a roof from 2019 and TPO, and so we put TPO up there with chicken grease,
No
and it
way.
just yeah, crazy. They should have used PVC, but yeah, but
Eh,
like I tell them, if you think hiring a quality roofer is expensive, wait until you hire a crappy one.
Oh yeah. It probably just takes one poor experience, I bet, for them to be like, all right, I'm never going to try to be cheap on something like this again. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Exactly.
I love it, man.
Pretty
Well,
sad,
cool.
but
It
yeah,
is. It is. You see some mistakes out there that you're like, oof. Um,
it's
well, cool,
amazing.
man. So I got a little game for us to kind of close things out here, and then after the game, what we got is I let you close it out with some kind of advice at the end. So it could be, sales
Okay.
advice, business advice. It could be a quote, a book suggestion. Really, all it doesn't matter. But what we got here is we got who wants to be a roofing millionaire. All right. Now the questions are actually more about you and things that you like, or the area you live in, more than roofing. But you get two lifelines. All right, the first one's going to be a 50-50. So if you use that lifeline, it'll remove two of the wrong answers, leaving you with a 50% chance of getting it right. And then you
Okay.
also have phone a friend, so you can call one person, and if they don't pick up, you lose the lifeline. Sound good?
Okay. Okay.
All right,
Let's
let's
do
do
it.
this. Let's play Who Wants to Be a Roofing Millionaire. Okay, so first question. Three of the four things below, Portland is known for having the most of more than any other U.S. city. Which one do they not have the most of? Is it A?
Do they not have them on stuff?
But yes.
Okay.
So three of the answers they do have the
Okay.
most of, and one of them is not part of that group. Is it A, coffee shops, B, strip clubs, C, bike shops, or D, breweries?
Well, they have all of that stuff.
They do have all
Strip
that stuff.
clubs and a lot, and
A
they
lot.
have a lot of breweries. A lot of people ride bicycles there. So yeah,
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
it is. That is. I haven't lived there in quite a while, but yeah,
But they still have it. Hey, I
yeah.
lived
Well,
there. I lived there. I think 6 years ago, 7 years ago. They have it all. They have it
yeah,
all.
they have everything there. Yeah, it just turned to a political nightmare.
Mm. And so now you're hanging out. You're hanging out in Florida. You're hanging out in Florida now.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I love it here.
So what are you
I
thinking? You
love it
gotta
here.
go with something.
All right. I'm thinking A,
That's right. A is
the
correct.
first
He's
one.
off to a hot start. Let's go. Like I
Yeah,
said, that's almost a trick question because they got all those things, but they have the most breweries, the most
yeah.
bike shops, and the most strip clubs. All right.
Strip
The
clubs.
next
Yeah.
All right. The next question
I,
is
I just,
oh, that's so funny. All right. So, what year was HD Roofing founded? Was it A, 2018, B, 2019, C, 2017, or D, 2015?
Well, I believe it was 2017.
Dang, this guy's good at trivia. That is correct. He is 2 for 2.
Yeah.
All right, man. You're pretty good at this.
Yeah, not bad.
All right. We got a Orlando question now. So HG Roofing was voted #1 roofing company in Orlando by Best of Orlando. What do you think is the tallest building in the city of Orlando? Is it A, SunTrust, B, Hyatt Regency, C, Bank of America, or D, 55 West Apartments?
I think Trusco.
Dang. Man, you're hot. 3 for 3. Let's go, Steve. I'm impressed, my man. Let's go, dude. All right. I like it. And just that you know, I don't think anybody's ever gotten all of them right.
Oh, shoot.
So we got some pressure. We got 2 more questions. He's 3 for 3. I love it.
All
right. So one of the places that I didn't mention, but you lived in San Diego as well, which is another great spot. I think that's one of my favorite vacation spots, actually.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really? Yeah. Dude, you can't beat that, man.
For a while. That's right. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago, too, so.
Yeah, true. All right. Well, the question is about San Diego. So which fast food restaurant originated there? Is it A, In-N-Out, B, White Castle, C, Burger King, or D, Jack in the Box?
Okay, say that again. What was the first two?
Yeah, it was In-N-Out, White Castle, Burger King, and Jack in the Box.
Okay, so it would be I think it's White Castle.
Do you want to use a lifeline, or is that your final answer?
It's either In-N-Out or White Castle. So let's go with White Castle.
We're going with White Castle? I think I jinxed you. Unfortunately, it's Jack in the Box, man. Jack in the Box. You were on a hot streak there. And Jack in the Box, man. So next time you see a Jack in the Box, you're going to be looking at it a little bit differently.
Yeah. 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 Lose.
All right, we got one more question. We're just going to hit you with the last question, and then we'll let you close it out here.
Okay.
So,
right.
I heard you're a big fan of fireworks. So this question is how much does Disney Parks spend on fireworks yearly for all their theme parks? Is it A, $5 million, B, $50 million, C, $20 million, or D, $100 million?
For all of them?
Mm-hmm. For all the theme parks.
I think it'd have to be $100 million.
Unfortunately, it's B, $50 million. Still, that is a lot of fireworks, man. That is a lot of fireworks.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So, hey, so Steve, I appreciate you hanging out. I appreciate you playing the game and whatnot, but it's now your time to kind of close this out here and finish the episode.
So, yeah, I just I really appreciated your guys' help. It's amazing, how many people you guys have gotten me in front of, how much money that I've been able to make off of, something that I could just write off anyway. It's freaking amazing. It's amazing. So if I can say anything about you guys is, especially someone that wants to come into commercial roofing, you honestly give these guys a try, man. I promise you. If you're a good salesman, you will kill it.
Let's go. And that's what Steve is, and that's why he's been crushing it, man. I really appreciate you hanging out. I appreciate you, as a client as well as a friend. So, hey, thanks for stopping by and hanging out.